Twin flames. Two souls that are always meant to be together. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it takes a parallel universe or something. But the thing about twin flames is that nothing can keep them apart.
This is actually a very prevalent and it's a commonly asked question. It's a common confusion amongst a lot of people who are in this twin flame journey. That who is my twin flame? And if I find the twin flame, if I know, okay, this person so-and-so is my twin flame, then is this person supposed to be my life partner? Is this person supposed to be my husband or my wife? If not, then why am I in this journey? So there are certain questions. When a person asks those questions, just by listening to the question, we can come to this conclusion that they have just started inner work. They have not done inner work yet. And that's why they are right now obsessed, or they are scared, or they are confused, or they don't want to, wait. They don't have the time and patience to wait. Okay. The truth about your twin flame ascension journey can be determined by time, by utilizing time and patience as a tool. As in, you can't get this answer because this is something metaphysical. This is something very big. This is not the random regular stuff that you see around. When you get something easily, it's not going to be enjoyable even for you. You won't value it. And look at the culture around, look at the world around, whether we are Westerners or Easterners, or someone like me who's a combination of Western and Eastern culture, whosoever it is, at the end of the day, we all look for love. All of you are here because you are trying to figure out what is the meaning of unconditional love. And some of you may be very shy about it. Some of you may be thinking, should I say this? Should I not say this? Am I doing the right thing? You are doing 100% the right thing if you're looking for true love. There's nothing wrong in what you're doing because this is the ultimate search of every soul. Every soul wants to know what is love and how to apply it and how to experience it also in totality. So my dear friends, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you very frankly, this book, when I wrote it, this was written in 2009. Like, who would have known that 12 years later, I would be doing the things that I am doing right now? At that point in time, I did not know. And at that point in time, I was not even that developed. I don't know how they made it happen. Channeling and psychic abilities and all those gifts are there within a lot of us. But we don't know when we are ready. The masters know it better. And most people, the biggest problem is that they don't surrender. They want to control their twin flame journey. They are stuck on a person sometimes. Like, okay, I want this person only. Maybe that person is not the right person for you. Maybe it's a cruel person. Maybe it's a arrogant person. Maybe it's an energy vampire that is just sucking out your energy. Maybe they do some black magic. They practice voodoo and all. And trust me, there are all types of people on this planet. With my experience, my whole life put into this, and obviously, when we talk about ascension work, we don't consider ourselves only to be this body that you see in front of you. There is a background to it. There's a background story to it, right? So all of us are actually in the same boat. Let me put it that way. Every single one of us needs to remember that we are simply the device. Number one way of surrendering is that, and any psychic ability or any gift that you have, it is for their work. And you are lucky that you're experiencing it. You are lucky that you are the chosen one, so you must feel grateful. A lot of people, they are not ready for it yet. Either they are shy, either their programming is telling them not to be so strong with the inner world, spirituality, and that's why sometimes you meet others, you can put them in the label of twin flame also, because yes, they have helped you to, purge out from that type of lifestyle where you're not fully expressive, where your fifth chakra is blocked. So we, you, me, all of us are here to speak about our truth without any fears. Fearlessly, because love cannot function, love cannot work if there is fear. Now you have to think and you have to imagine what exactly, like you have to imagine or you have to understand. Imagine is not the right word here. You have to understand what is your gift, number one. Number two, what is the type of relationship you want, not what the world wants. The world might be telling you that you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to get married at this age, you have to have children at this age, you got to have a career like this. They write it down for you and then they point it towards you like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. No. And you also have to let go of this huge attachment with the identity. Otherwise, you'll never enjoy and experience what's out there for you. And I'm assuming for most of you, but then I also read the comments. When I read the comments, I can understand that certain section is struggling very hard because they don't have the time and patience, because they don't want to do inner work. They want everything without inner work. They want everything without efforts. And we as a community, we need to consider everybody. We need to pull up everyone. So if you guys also see these type of comments, it's my humble request to you all. You guys are also capable enough to answer the questions of some of the people that you get attracted towards, or you feel like telling them something. You can do that. Please go ahead and do it. We have to help everyone to ascend. And those who are already doing inner work, there are days when you can't forgive. There are days when you're very upset. There are days when you feel like, this is not going anywhere. Now that is the time when you need to look at your progress. Where have you reached? Don't get stuck by the labels, because the labels sometimes can confuse you. Like, the most important feeling on this planet is love. Love is the most beautiful feeling. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. And I'm sure a lot of you know. There's no comparison of love with anything. It runs this world. It's running the universe. It's running every single thing. But this word has been misused, misrepresented, misquoted. There's so much confusion around this word that people have started assuming that lust is love. Lust is not love. It's not love. Lust is lust. And it's a very low frequency feeling and energy. It's a distraction. It creates distraction, and then the ascensioner cannot focus. Okay, the ascensioners are like stuck in doing whatever things, because there is a certain element or energy of lust within them. So we always attract what we are. So there's nothing wrong. You should not feel bad that somebody has treated you badly. Learn to forgive them, because there is a reason why you attracted them. You got to think like that. If you are talking to somebody, say a friend, and that friend is a bit insensitive, you are attracting it. You are probably oversharing it. Maybe you're not supposed to share it with this person, or maybe this is your way. God is teaching you that, okay, you need to share with certain people, and then you don't have to judge them also at the same time. You got to just change yourself. There are certain friends who say very poisonous words sometimes, friends, relatives, family members. I'm just putting everyone in the same category here, trying to club them together. Sometimes they say very harsh words. Sometimes they purposely say very poisonous words, which are like arrows. Poisonous arrows, in Hindi we call it vish bujha baan. Vish bujha means an arrow which is like, say there's liquid poison. Back in those days when the people used to fight, and there were warriors and wars used to happen, they used to make these very lethal arrows. They would dip them in the poison, and then they would release it. And whosoever would get this arrow, get struck by this arrow, they would be gone in seconds, because it used to be that lethal. So some of the people have this very bad habit of saying certain poisonous things to their own people around, their own well-wishers, family members, friends, whosoever they meet. It's like a very bad habit they have, they will say mean things to them just to be in position and just to be in control, just to be the person who gets things done. They want them to do what they want to do. Like, it's like you want people to dance on your tunes, so you say certain things to them on purpose. You're not saying it because you want them to grow. You're not saying it because you care for them. You are saying it because you want them to be your puppet. You want to be the puppet master. So we need to be careful from such people, and sometimes we also reflect these qualities. We need to watch out. We must speak the truth at any cost. But truth does not mean that you say it for your own benefit. As long as it's your own manipulation, as in everybody. All of us are included in this. And guys, when I make content, my whole idea is to create inner work related content, okay? It's not just for time pass. Yes, for some people it can be treated as entertainment or education or whatever. You don't have to take some of the words very literally also. Sometimes I say things very symbolically. Sometimes I'm giving you energetic downloads, all these things. But make sure that you think about it from the perspective of doing inner work. Going within, it's your responsibility to do inner work. It's not my responsibility. It's your responsibility. I am here to give you whatever you need, and based on your intuition, you catch it like an antenna. So there is some construction work happening outside. So I will wrap up this session right here. The whole point of this is to let you know that don't get stuck with what type of twin flame are you. As this video in the very beginning, you heard the voice, the video says that twin flame can meet in the physical, they can unite in the physical, and sometimes they will unite in another higher dimension also. There is no hard and fast rule. Whichever way you are supposed to, you are meant to experience true love, you will experience it. And once you experience this 5-dimensional love, this higher love, this beautiful, wonderful love, then you will not have, these many doubts and questions. Sometimes we all need hand holding, but most of the times you can do it yourself. Alright? And my whole idea and request is, I want you to connect with, it's my intention that you connect with your spirit guides, with your masters, and you connect with Ram and Sita, because undoubtedly Ram and Sita are the twin flame gurus of all times and generations, because Ram and Sita are Lakshmi and Vishnu reincarnated. They reincarnate in every era and time, they reincarnate. Dharma is again nature. It is the proper coordination of everything in balance, Sometimes we need to pick up our weapons, sometimes we need to be very strict, sometimes we need to be disciplined, but then that is being done so that discipline brings in the order. So Lakshmi and Vishnu are the gurus of this universe. And that's why when they reincarnate, their whole purpose is to teach people true love. And they help the householders. So you don't need to leave anything. You don't need to quit anything. You continue with your job. You continue with your lifestyle. You continue whatever you're doing. Just make the changes, that are required changes. Like you change your food, you change your, behavior pattern. You let go of your disorders. You be very careful of exercising. You be careful of rest, you be careful of work, what you do for a living, and most importantly, what's your mission. And again, once you start experiencing true love, you will automatically become mission oriented. I won't have to teach it to anyone to become mission oriented. It will happen on its own. You will be shocked to see. And yes, not sometimes, sorry for this word. It takes time. Always it takes time. To get anything good, you have to spend time on it. And that's why many people, when they surrender, they feel that they are going through a runner-chaser dynamic mentally, with their own self, with their own habit patterns, with their own mental disorders, with their own issues. One day it's fine, the next day they can't do it. Another day it's fine, then they can't do it. So it happens for a while, and it's for your good, so that you also by practical experience know that the things that you're choosing all the time, they may not be good for you. Sometimes that's how we learn, alright? So thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.